Eclipse, play TypeSoul. Eclipse, TypeSoul. Eclipse, it's so popular. Play TypeSoul. How many people are playing this game? Oh, Christ. Well, looks like we're dealing with fanboys today. Welcome to today's video where we're talking about TypeSoul. This game f***ing sucks. Wow, who's shocked? Oh, you guys are so surprised, right? No, of course you're not. Come on, we were doomed from the start. Just go to the comments section of the Arcane Lineage video, and you'll have a whole bunch of people in there talking about how the owner of that game abandoned it to work on this garbage fire. Of course, if you have a developer who made that garbage fire working for this garbage fire, it's gonna be like, come on. Did we really expect anything else? No, we didn't. But did you guys ask me to play it ad nauseum over and over again? Yeah, and you know what? Just like with Peroxide, I wasn't going to. But this week, I had no ideas. I ran out. I was sitting there and I was staring at Roblox and I was like, wow, these games are Well, if I'm gonna play garbage, I might as well play the garbage that people want me to play. So, TypeSoul, here we are. This game is a Bleach game, and just like with the Demon Slayer game from a little while back, I have never watched nor read Bleach. That being said, as we discussed in that video, you should absolutely not have to watch the source material in order to play a game based off of that. And if you think that you should have to watch the source material in order to enjoy something that's based off of it, you are out of your goddamn mind. Do you think that people should have to watch all of Star Wars in order to play Star Wars Battlefront? No! Games should be fun in their own right. You shouldn't have to be beholden by the source material in order to make it fun. Can that enhance people's experiences or let them find secrets that others otherwise couldn't? Sure, but should it be required to play? No. And you know what? With TypeSoul, I don't even think it would be required to play this game, because you need a hell of a lot more than watching the source material in order to figure out what the f*** is going on here. And I'll spoil it right now, I didn't use any of that. Yep, I did it again. I've said it before, I'll keep saying it. I will not use outside sources to play these games. I will not do it, because that's bad design and I should not have to do that. If they have time to put together a Trello that tells you how to play the game, they could have put it in the game. But they didn't, now did they? And that is bad design, it's lazy, and I will not forgive it. So, of course, what did that result from in this game, where every single message people sent me was coupled with a Trello link saying, hey, you'll need this? Well, it's pretty simple. I wandered around for about 45 minutes and then quit. Are we surprised? No. Does it suck? Yes. Am I baffled that so many people are playing this? Yes. So, what did I figure out? Well, I figured out that you can't attack. Oh, that's good. So we're starting off real strong. Let's look through the controls here, because at least they had the common decency to leave the controls in the description. Okay, shift lock, left alt, all right, we got that covered. Control K, monster transformations, I'm never gonna get that far. J, Reaper weapon, okay, that's probably it, right? J, no. Okay, J does not draw my weapon. Back to it, Control J, Reaper transformation. Yeah, I'm sure I can't do that. Q to dash, got it. ZXC is Reaper skills / partial move. I'm not gonna be able to do that. Reaper monster volt moveset, can't do that. R is critical. Okay, well if I could figure out how to draw my weapon, that would probably be helpful. N is the inventory / skill tree, okay. M is meditate. P is to purify lost soul. B is to grip / eat monster, and V is to carry. And then comma is toggle map markers inside SS. Well, I don't know what the f SS means, but whatever. To be honest, I don't know what half of this means, but what I do know is that it doesn't tell me how to draw my weapon. So mash every key on your keyboard, and it's E. Wonderful, E is to draw your weapon. Hey, TypeSoul developers, you listed like all of these keybinds, but you forgot one. The one that lets you play the game. Are you kidding me? How? Just how? Like, I don't understand. I know. I already know there's people in the comments right now. Eclipse, that's a nitpick. They shouldn't have to. Then why the f did they lift all the controls except for the one to draw your damn weapon? To be fair, they also don't tell you that F is to block either, but they told you shift lock. They tell you shift lock, but not how to draw your weapon or block. Oh my God. Okay, so we figured out how to draw our weapon. That's all well and good, but we have a bit of a problem here, and that's that I don't know what the f I'm doing. I just got plopped down in the middle of the most empty courtyard in the history of courtyards, and I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, and by the way, before I forget, when I first tried to deboot the game, it immediately crashed. So if there was a tutorial and I crashed out of it, sorry, but let's be realistic, there's no tutorial. We know there's no tutorial. And if you crash out of the tutorial and then it skips it, that's a whole nother reason in of itself. So, it's wandering time. And now we get to talk about the map, because the map is an empty wasteland of nothing. Seriously, why is the map so large and yet so empty? Did they need to make it this big if there's nothing in it? I don't know. It is literally an empty wasteland, and I feel like I use that to describe so many Roblox games maps, but this one embodies it more than any of the other ones, and that's not an exaggeration. It is absolutely devoid of interactable objects. You can interact with just about nothing here. There's no NPCs that seemingly do anything. There's no enemies that seemingly doing anything. It is empty. If you wander around enough, you might find an NPC from a division. And if you talk to them, they'll ask if you want to join their division. Well, I mean, I guess. Okay, talk to them again. Leave your division first. Okay, all right, sure, whatever. F me, I guess. All the other NPCs say the same shit. Leave your division first. Okay, well that's very helpful. As for the buildings themselves, here's where things get even more f***y. So you know how, generally speaking, when there are doors in games, you open them to go through them? Not this game. In this game, you walk straight through the motherfucking door. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? F that door, go right through it. Yeah, see ya, door. Seriously, come on. And you know what's the worst part about this? Is it's so inconsistent too. Some doors, the developers had brain cells on, and they were like, well, if we're gonna have a door, we might as well leave it open, right? So that way you can go through it. So we end up with 3 types of doors. We have solid doors that you can't go through, solid doors that you can go through, and then solid doors that are open, so that way you can go through them. Why couldn't we just stick with the doors that you can't go through and the ones that you can? Have it be open or closed, and if you're closed, you can't go through it. Rocket science, I guess. It's not rocket science. It doesn't really matter though, because 99% of the doors that you'll be going through are fucking empty anyway. Like, just look at this. Seriously, look at this and tell me that this makes sense. You have a building with 4 doors that you can pass directly through, and in each one of them is a copy-pasted interior. Now, riddle me this, why can you go into these rooms? What purpose do they serve? If you answered, they don't serve a purpose, you would be goddamn right. So why can you even go in here? You could have just made the doors unable to go through, and then bam, there you go, problem solved. But you didn't do that. No, of course you didn't. Now you may be wondering, Eclipse, you haven't even talked about the gameplay yet. Well, of course I haven't talked about the gameplay. I don't know how to get there. That's not entirely true. I figured out that if you create a party and you go to one of these little walls, then you can start a mission, and it queues you against some of the most well-made Roblox enemies on the platform. I mean, just look at these guys. If this doesn't scream high effort, I don't know what does. It's like, they're like boxes. What? Okay, whatever. So, the combat. Well, the combat was the developers thinking, oh hey, you know Deep Woken, that game that put tons of time and effort into making their combat good? We'll just attempt to copy and paste that and fail miserably. Well, you succeeded at failing miserably. It feels bad. I'm not gonna go any deeper than that. It's just not Deep Woken. It's Deep Woken, but you tried. It's Deep Woken at home. Mom, can we have Deep Woken? We have Deep Woken at home. Yep, that's this game. The most enjoyment that I got out of TypeSoul was when I was wandering around, no shock there, and I went into this big building here, and all I could think to myself was, why the f can I even go in here? There's nothing here. Look at this. It is literally a barren wasteland. Can we get a barren wasteland counter? So I looked around, didn't seem like there was anything, and I was like, well, maybe you can pass directly through this door. And lo and behold, you can pass directly through this door. Wonderful. So I went down the most bland and devoid staircase into the most bland and devoid room in the history of the planet. But there was something that stood out to me. A little Dance Dance Revolution machine. And I was like, there's no way that I can use this. And I walked up and there was an icon and I clicked it and I could use it. Holy shit. I found the game. This isn't an exaggeration. I had more fun playing this barely functional rhythm game than the actual game. Now, mind you, I am awful at rhythm games. And not only that, but the people who put this together just decided to put together a random number generator, I think, on when these little things pop up. So there's no rhythm involved here. It doesn't really go with the song that I can't use because I'm sure it's copyrighted to hell and back, and it's probably like a Bleach intro song. But yeah, it was fun. It was. Legitimately, I had a good time sitting here doing this rather than whatever the game is supposed to be. But that fun was unfortunately cut short because what I would soon learn was this was a trap. That's right. The Dance Dance Revolution machine is the ultimate trap set up by the developers because it soft locks your game. Nope, not a joke, not an exaggeration. When you get on it, there's no way off. Once you're on this ride, you're on it for good, baby. I pressed every single alphabetical key on my keyboard. Nothing. I pressed all of the numbers. Nothing. I pressed tab, caps lock, shift, control, you name it. I swear I pressed everything. I tried clicking around. You ain't getting off this ride once you're on it, motherfucker. You are stuck. So I closed the game, and I really didn't want to open it up again. But against my better judgment, I did. And so I went back to wandering, and after wandering for a little bit, I saw something that blew my mind. A map marker. Holy shit. At first, my mind went wild. I was like, is this map marker leading me to a tutorial? Is this the tutorial I missed when the game crashed? No, it isn't. I'll tell you right now. What it is a giant guy with two axes stuck behind a wall walking into the wall. So good to know that the AI is functional, because there's no way in Sam hell he's ever getting over this wall. I mean, I can barely hit him and he kills me through the wall, but because it's deep woken, I can't die unless I get directly executed. So I can sit here and attack him for as long as I want, getting killed over and over again, and as long as no one else shows up to, oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, well, f*** you too, asshole.